Hola, this is Kaipacha with the Weekly Pele Report. It is August 17th, Wednesday, 2017. I pulled into Lisbon, Portugal last night about 3 o'clock in the morning, so this is the Pele Report on the sleep. But I did make it out here to Peter and Sue's Yoga Evolution Retreat Center, and I am down here at the creek where it's nice and cool and shady and out of the wind, and I'm looking at these stone walls that Peter is saying could date back, you know, to the 4th century. It was really the 7th century that the Moors came and invaded. Came down, we're near Spain, the border of Spain. But this is a really beautiful spot here. I thought I'd start out with a little of the astrological aspects in this beautiful place, because Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, is conjunct the north node of the moon today and trine Pluto. So it is a beautiful day. And, you know, she's moving right along there, so yeah, this conjunction will go on for a little while. And at the same time now, the moon is in Aquarius, moving right along. I'm sure many of you may know there's a lunar eclipse. It's a partial lunar eclipse. The sun is still, you know, probably 17 degrees, you know, 16 degrees away from the moon's node. So it's not exact or total. But it will be visible, actually, from North America. Some of you folks in the United States might want to check that out. That is happening tomorrow, Thursday, 25 degrees, 52 minutes of Aquarius to the sun at 25, 52 degrees of Leo. And then she moves, you know, Thursday into Pisces. Saturday, well, Pisces, I mean, she hits, you know, Neptune, south node of the moon, her own south node, goes along and conjuncts with Chiron before going into Aries on Saturday. Charge, go baby go. And then she's going to move into Taurus by Monday. So that eclipse, you know, on Thursday, she will be, after that eclipse, coming into a squaring with Mars and Saturn. And besides those lunar aspects, let's look at that sun. We have that lunar eclipse coming along, and then the sun moves along 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, boom. And before you know it, next Monday, no more Leo. Sun moves into Virgo, joins together with the North Node, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter. We got it all going on in Virgo. It's going to be quite a time. So, you know, we've got this, and then we're going to have the solar eclipse will be in Virgo. So we have this lunar eclipse happening with Aquarius, Leo, and then the solar eclipse is going to be in Virgo. Besides that, as you know, because I've been talking about it for some time now, Mars is conjoining together with Saturn, will be there, and that conjunction will be exact next Wednesday. So I talked about it last week. The two of them are traveling together for quite some time here. Okay, this is like a 3-week conjunction. Last week, this week, next week, it starts to lighten up. But it's not easy. Mars-Saturn is about work. You got my report from last week. And last but not least, I'm going to say that Mercury is traveling along right next to Jupiter. They're both in opposition to Chiron. And so we've got this Mercury, Jupiter, opposite Chiron at the same time. You know, now we've got this Venus coming through Virgo, conjunct the North Node. What else? Saturn is still square the nodes. And let me just find a nice little place. I think I'm going to go sit over there in the shade and talk at the camera. I could just sit here. It's taken a while. I've gotten bloody here, getting rid of the blackberry bushes and the sticker bushes to find a place to sit down here by this place. That's Mars, Saturn. Time for work, Virgo. Time for work. I tell you, this can be a time where we're just kind of hitting our boundaries. Saturn, how far can you go? How much can you push yourself? I mean, I know Yogi Bhajan, he says with Kundalini Yoga, you find your limit and then go beyond it. So it's like, this is the way we find, how do you find a boundary? How do you find how far you can go, or how much you can take, or, how much you can accomplish or do or whatever? It's by giving it as much as you possibly can and then going, that's as, that's it. That's it. Ah! My voice, my throat, I got a cold, all this moving around, I'm hitting my limit. You may be hitting your limit, of just how much you can take, how much you can do. Mars Saturn is very ambitious. I mean, it is drive, to accomplish, take your stand, like I said in last week's report. Now we've got Mercury coming around to Jupiter. Yeah, and this opposition with Chiron. Jupiter is a lot. Mercury is talk and communicate about. Chiron, our wounds, our issues, our feelings of abandonment. And we can be feeling abandoned now. Like I said, south node of the moon, Chiron, Neptune, all happening over there in Pisces. Pisces is magic, and it's innocence. And innocence, we're born innocent. We come into this life, we come out of the womb open and innocent. And as my friend, Maurice Fernandez, my friend and teacher, he says, the end of innocence is the beginning of truth. I mean, that's a perfect, adequate summing up, of what is happening now. The end of illusion. Okay, the disillusionment, hitting our walls, hitting our boundaries, hitting our limits, whether they're financial, in our relationships, emotional, our physical bodies. This is a time for like health crisis and, all this Virgo stuff going on. We're all, kind of coming out of this innocence like, wow, I'm not invincible, I'm not invulnerable, I'm not going to live forever. I'm not, I'm sensitive. I can be hurt. I can lose. I can all kinds of stuff. We're having these like revelations, by smacking against the wall. And it can be pretty depressing. This is the Saturn square Neptune, leading to, it could be a time, where it's easy. Throw in the towel. Give up. Check out. Avoid it. Run away from it, go back to sleep. What, it's like, ah! Oh my goodness gracious me. So it's a, it's a trial by fire in some ways, and that trial is what? This sun is in Leo. It is about creation. And whether, the universe came out of the Big Bang, okay, it's fire. It's bang, and it takes energy. It took energy to build this wall, hundreds of years ago. People were here putting out their energy, stacking rocks, to make this, beautiful little pool area. Of course, you didn't even see the pool area here. Yeah, but, and now it's kind of interesting because, I was looking at the Sabian symbol for this lunar eclipse. It's at 25 degrees 51 minutes of Aquarius. The 26th degree of Aquarius, it's something like a mechanic, checking with his gauge, checking the battery on a car with a hydrometer. And what I'm looking at here is, first of all, the solar eclipse is being followed by a lunar eclipse. And that always means, yes, that this moon is the past. So the moon is, we're having this lunar eclipse first. So there's a need to let go of the past and keep our mind's eye on the future, Aquarius, before it comes around for the solar eclipse, September 1st, a couple of weeks from now. We're going to have that solar eclipse, and that solar eclipse is going to propel us, okay, into this new eclipse season, this new eclipse cycle that goes on for 6 months. And so when this moon is in Aquarius, it's going to deal with socio-political, technological, issues that are big and that are, people-made, human constructions, socio-cultural institutions, the mechanic, this is like, something that we designed. Aquarius is innovate, and have this eye on the future, and the future is community. It's finding our tribes and finding our people and coming into groups. And it's also dealing with the technology, and using this technology in a positive way, or else. He's checking the battery on the car because what? The car can cause, a loss of life on a crowded freeway. It's like, a car carries life. It carries us forward. It's our vehicle. And society is our vehicle, And so, we need to, like, really have this eye on a future. And then the sun in Leo is saying it has to be this creative. Like, we have to actively create this new future. It's not innocently going to happen by magic, And so we can feel abandoned, or we can feel like, it's like, the one-year-old kid that stands up, and mom and dad are helping you to walk, and all of a sudden, they let go, and you're tottering and you're teetering, but like, when you take those first steps, there can also be this sense of, woo, baby, I can walk. And this is what I really want to focus on now. It can be really easy to see everything that's wrong. Okay, all this planetary energy, all this North Node in Virgo, and Saturn, squaring the nodes, and, just in Sagittarius, being critical. And seeing the dark side, and seeing, the elections are, going to shit, and the European Union's going to shit, and the economy's going to shit, and this crisis and that crisis, and, Mercury, Jupiter, opposite Chiron. We can talk about crisis after crisis after crisis after crisis. We can talk about our own personal crisis, and my health crisis, and my family crisis, and my, my childhood crisis, and it can go on and on and on and on. And we go down the frickin' rabbit hole. Or, hello, it's like, take a stand, right or wrong, whatever, last week's mantra was. But this week, I want to focus, on Venus conjunct the North Node of the Moon. And I want to take this time as an opportunity to look at it a different way. Because Mercury is also what? The ruler of Gemini. It's the ruler of our fingers and our hands and our extremities. And Virgo is the masseuse. And Virgo is the jeweler. Okay? And Virgo, like digs in. And this, it's a beautiful world. And it's up to us to create beautiful rock walls. Up to us to create beautiful new societies. Beautiful new works of art. Beautiful new works of music, beautiful new ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, we can look around at what's missing and what's lacking, and we can spend a lot of time deliberating analyzing, calculating. But if there's something I'd like to do this week, I'd like to give out some homework. Freaking Pele Report homework, man. Make something beautiful. I mean, it could be, you know, a ribbon that you tie into a cross and put it on your altar. I mean, if you don't have an altar, it could be a beautiful stone that you put, you know, on a piece of rosemary as a centerpiece for your table. You know, or it can just be like any little, you know, a painting, a drawing, anything. And put it in a place where you're going to see it. You're going to walk by it, you know, like every day. You know, and it's going to be like, yeah, you know, if the planet's not beautiful enough, it's because I'm here to make it beautiful. It's like if something is missing and I see it missing, that's like a spirit indicator. Boop, 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 boop. Do something about it. This is Virgo. This is effort. Make the, you know, it's like this is a beautiful planet, man. And we can make it more beautiful with our aspirations, our inspirations, our intuitions, our imaginations. This is taking all that South Node Neptune in Pisces and bringing it down and bringing it in. And it's taking that moon in Aquarius with its genius ideas of 0-point energy and full disclosure. And, you know, it's like, yeah, let's make it happen. The sun is in Leo. It's about creation. What is it? You got to break an egg to make an omelet, you know. You got to, you know, chop a log to build a house. So, yeah, it takes work. It takes effort. It can be exhausting. It can be, you know, hard on the body. And it's just like, okay, Mars, Saturn, you know, Sag, that's athletes. That's Olympics. That's like build the muscles or whatever, you know, swing the axe, chop the wood, carry the water. Yeah. Yeah, man, we got a new age to create here. Duh. It's not, I mean, we know from, you know, 21 December, you know, 2012, you know, beginning of the new age. Okay, it's like, it's upon us. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And let's stop waiting and start doing. That's what all this Virgo energy speaks to me. You know, that's what it's saying to me. And so, you know, I just want to come to the mantra. And that mantra for this week is, may my eyes be able to see and my ears open to hear the beauty of all creation and the spirit that brought me here. Let's watch our attention. Let's watch what we're focusing on, what we're talking about, what we're writing about. Let's look at what is beautiful. This is such an amazing, beautiful planet, and there are so many beautiful people and animals and insects, and, you know, I take a shot of the goats here, Shiva and Shakti. I got a couple goats on the property, you know. I mean, there are just, and we can make it even more beautiful, you know, through our efforts and through our intentions and through our actions and words and songs, singing a song. And just like making it happen. And it's funny with the mantra, I was going to say my spirit that brought me here, but I changed it to the spirit because, you know, my feeling is that, you know, yes, Leo wants to create, but we are co-creators. And even our soul intentions, I feel, are guided by higher intelligence, ascended masters, angels, spirit beings, ETs, whatever. You know, we are not alone in the whole cosmic plan of things. We didn't just like bring ourselves here and give ourselves these bodies, you know, there's other spirits at work. And this can be a time You know, pulling all that stuff out of Pisces. Spirit revelation. So you may be getting the dreams. You may be getting the imaginations and the inspirations. And they're not just there for you to, you know, relish and write down and journal about and go back to sleep. They're there for you to, like, actualize. Actualize. Sun in Leo. All this stuff going into Virgo. You know, it's time to actualize. Act is the start of that. Enough, man. I'm getting silly because I'm, like, overtired. So let's knock it off. One more time. What is it again? May my eyes be able to see, and my ears open to hear the beauty of all creation and the spirit that brought me here. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.